Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at two really good value layers which you can pack into your bag for general day hikes or overnight wild camps. And that is the Regatta Insulated Synthetic Jacket and the Regatta Packet Waterproof. Now these are two really good value items. I'll put the prices as of now, which is mid-June 2024, up on screen now. They are regularly available on sale for different prices through the Regatta website, and also you can get Regatta stuff in lots of other shops as well. In order to give a decent review of the items, I've owned both of them for over a year and I've purchased them with my own money. We'll start by looking at the insulated jacket. Now I'll pop the weight on screen, which I weighed on my kitchen scales. It does pack down fairly small into its little stuff sack. It's not going to pack down as small as a down jacket because it is synthetic, but it's not too bad. It'll happily fit into a day pack or overnight pack. Now, if you are a regular watcher of my channel, you would have seen this bright lime green insulated jacket on a lot of videos. I've taken it on a lot of camps, and the good thing it does have over down jackets, obviously it's synthetic. It doesn't matter if it gets a bit damp, which this year and last year has been two very, very wet years in Wales. So this synthetic jacket, it can withstand a little bit of rain, doesn't affect the insulation too much, and I've worn it on loads of hikes and loads of wild camps. So you definitely would have seen this on the channel a fair bit. So in terms of how it unpacks, obviously it stuffs into the sack pretty well, but you're not really going to get it any more condensed than that unless you use a compression sack and really try to compress it. But it is a perfectly simple, perfectly light little jacket, and you'll see once you get it out of the stuff sack, it will start to fluff up quite well. So I've owned the jacket for over a year. I've used it in lots of varied conditions, from very cold to just cooler evenings, and it's been really, really good. It's not going to be the world's warmest jacket. It's not got any kind of temperature rating or anything like that. But as a little pack-away jacket for not a lot of money, I don't think you can really go wrong. And it does use recycled materials as well in this sort of synthetic filling. So Regatta actually score quite well in terms of being a fairly eco-conscious company. What you don't get on the jacket is any kind of adjustment around the waist. It's just elasticated, so there's no toggles to put it tight or anything, just simple elastication, which I found absolutely fine. This is a medium. I'm probably a 42 inch chest and about a 32 inch waist, and it fits me absolutely fine, nice and snug, not too stretchy on the arms, you know, stays down nicely. So I do like the actual fit and feel this jacket quite a lot. The hood is actually a really good fit as well. Nice and tight, again, no kind of adjustment on it, it's just elasticated, so a very simple jacket. But what you will find is it does offer you really good protection. It fits really nicely, so for a budget little warm jacket, it is a really good little layer. And in terms of pockets, you just got two sizable hand warming pockets with a zip on them, and they are insulated as well on the outside, so you can put your hands up and warm them up nicely. There's no inside pocket or anything like that. It's just two simple pockets, no adjustments elsewhere in the jacket, but you know, you get what you pay for in terms of simplicity. In terms of downsides to the jacket, the synthetic fill does take a while to kind of even out and fluff out once you've had it compressed. So for example, I can feel like a big lump on the front of the hood now. So it perhaps could do with a wash and a bit of a tumble dry to fluff it back up again. But you know, I keep this compressed quite a lot because it's always in a day pack and it's often in the boot of my car. So it's one of those layers I've worn a lot, just kind of generally out with the kids and stuff. So in terms of how it's wearing actually wearing really well, because I do a lot of carrying my youngest child on either arm and stuff, and she's always, you know, scratching and clawing at me and biting me and stuff. She's not really, but you know, like kids do kind of offer quite a lot of wear materials and stuff. So it's actually withstood that really well. I've been out of the jacket in light rain as well, so it does have a sort of water repellent finish. So as long as it's only a light shade, not out too long, it's going to be absolutely fine for that as well. The only other very, very minor criticism is that sometimes when you're zipping up, if you don't push the zip all the way into the bottom, you'll zip like a bit of the way up, but then the zip will come apart at the bottom. You've got to unzip it and make sure that zip is fully down and seated before you pull it up. It's not like YKK zips or anything, so it's only cheap zips. But that is the only issue I've found. Everything else has been absolutely fine. And that's obviously just me just trying to do the jacket too quickly and stuff. But no, owned it for a year, wore it a lot. You would have seen it on the channel in lots of different videos. It is a go-to layer now. So yeah, very happy with this one. Now in terms of the waterproof, as expected, the waterproof does pack down smaller. It fits into its stuff sack really easily, and you can compress the stuff sack further. It is nice and lightweight because it is a very simple waterproof jacket. It is just a kind of throw into your bag jacket that you might wear for kind of casual walks and casual showers and stuff. You wouldn't want to take it up perhaps mountains for massive long day hikes if you expect a load of heavy rain and stuff. It's not designed for that. But I have found the performance surprisingly impressive. Again, this is the layer you might have seen on a couple of my videos. I don't wear it as much as the warm jacket because I don't tend to go out in the rain. There's rain as much to do as cold conditions. But it's a nicely made luminous jacket. All the seams are well sealed, and it has got a hanging hook on the outside as well, so you can hang it up to dry. And it has got adjustable togs either side of quite a generous hood. In terms of fit, I'm about 5'11". This is a size medium, about 42 inch chest and a 32 inch waist. It fits me absolutely fine. There's no adjustment around the waist of the jacket, and it's not really elasticated either, so if you're slightly bigger then you might need to go a size up. The arms are just the right size for me. I don't get any kind of stretch over the wrists or anything like that. And it's made of their Insulated 5000 material, so it's got a 5000mm high strength head, which is pretty impressive for a little packable jacket. 2 pockets, and these are not zipped or sealed in any way, so they're not obviously any good for putting things in. If you need to keep them dry, you need to find an alternative solution, a dry bag, or have a dry bag in your rucksack. I don't think the zip is waterproof, it's maybe water resistant, but there's a storm flap inside the jacket, so if water penetrates it should go down the storm flap and come out the bottom of the jacket. Now, as I said earlier, the hood is actually adjustable. It's got 2 adjustment points, one either side, so you can make it slightly tighter and stuff. Again, I found the hood reasonably generous, but it's not very generous in terms of the peak. It hasn't really got a rigid peak or a peak that kind of goes further out. So incoming rain into your face, you kind of have to sort of cinch back into the jacket or keep your head quite down. So that is one of the downsides to this kind of jacket, where it doesn't have that much of a peak. The other thing the jacket doesn't have any kind of vents underneath the arms or anything like that. It's just a very simple jacket. Now, they do say it's breathable. It is very lightweight, but obviously it's not going to be as breathable as more expensive fabrics, and it's obviously not got any of those pits to help with the breathability and help keeping you cool. The arms are also not adjustable, they're just simple elastication, but I find they fit reasonably well. In terms of performance, I've taken this on quite a few walks. I've done 4.5 miles of walking in pretty constant rain, and the jacket has kept me perfectly dry. I've actually found the performance in terms of how it beads and how it doesn't wet out much better than my Rab downpour, which I did a review of recently, which I wasn't very impressed with that jacket. That jacket to me just is not actually as waterproof as this much cheaper little Regatta jacket. So yeah, I've been really impressed with this. I've bought sort of Packable squeezable jackets in the past, and they've just been absolutely useless as waterproofs. This jacket is actually usable as a waterproof as long as you've got the right expectations in mind. You're never going to go walking for hours and hours and hours in the rain with heavy packs and stuff and stay dry. You are going to need an expensive 3-layer waterproof for that. But for a casual thing to chuck in your bag, I've been really impressed with this. Now, I chose these luminous bright lime green colours because they look quite good on YouTube thumbnails, so that's why you would have seen me doing quite a lot of equipment reviews whilst wearing one of these layers, because it just pops when you're in a thumbnail. But you can get them in other colours, you can get them in lots of duller colours, and they also do quite a nice sort of burnt copper orange as well. So do check out Regatta website. They've always got big sales on. You'll be able to pick up both layers probably for under 40 quid for the pair, and sometimes even less when they've got their additional. Sometimes they offer £10 on top of your whole order, and sometimes 10, 15, 20% off on top of your whole order as well. And you can probably get free delivery if you spend enough on their website. So I actually own quite a lot of Regatta layers now. Fleeces, my orange gilet you would have seen earlier, you've probably seen that in a few videos recently. They are my favourite budget brand in terms of what you get for your money. I think you get a huge amount of gear for not a lot of money. So if you're in the market, you're just getting into walking and you just want a simple, compressible little warm jacket, you cannot go wrong with this. A friend of mine bought one. She absolutely loves it as well. She's worn it loads on her hiking and walking that she's really getting into. So yeah, she's a big fan of this jacket as well, and she's got a much more sensible light blue colour. And as a waterproof, I've been really impressed with this. I've worn it on a good few walks where it has kept me dry. Obviously, eventually it's going to wet out. It's not going to keep you as waterproof as a more expensive jacket, but for casual walks, walking the dog, just general day walks when you're thinking it's going to be the odd shower and stuff, this is absolutely perfect for that. And I said, I've done 4, 5, 6 miles in the rain in this jacket and it's kept me dry. So yeah, I've been much more impressed with this than I thought I was going to be. And this jacket, it is warmer than I thought it was going to be. Yes, it doesn't pack down as small as a down jacket and it's not as light as a down jacket, but for value for money and for reliability, yeah, it's been really good. And you don't have to sort of worry about it as you would with a really expensive down jacket. You know, I've worn this a lot and it doesn't seem to have worn at all. I can't really see any kind of signs of it being snagged or damaged in any way. So yeah, 2 really impressive budget layers. So I hope this video has been some use to you if you've kind of been thinking about regatta gear but haven't found many reviews of it. I'm going to try and review a bit of my regatta equipment because I've got quite a lot of it and I'm generally pretty impressed with the quality, especially when given the price point. Anyway, if you made it this far, a huge thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel and you really like budget hiking, wild camping gear, all the rest of it, do consider dropping a subscription because it's completely free to you. Helps boost my ego. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, so every subscriber helps. And obviously, do check out my other videos if you want to see me out and about using this kind of equipment. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one.